In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college basketball games happening on February 28, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college basketball games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best bet single picks, best bet parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. NC State versus Duke. There will be a showdown in the Atlantic Coast Conference on Tuesday night as the NC State Wolfpack hit the road to take on the Duke Blue Devils. NC State comes into this matchup with a 22-8 record overall and 11-5 in Atlantic Coast Conference play. Meanwhile, the Blue Devils are now 21-8 overall and 12-6 in conference action. NC State is 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 games following an against the spread loss, and 0-5 against the spread in their last 5 games following a double-digit loss at home. The under is 6-2-1 in NC State's last 9 road games. Duke is 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 home games and 2-8 against the spread in their last 10 Tuesday games. The under is 3-1 in Duke's last 5 Tuesday games. The home team is 4-1 against the spread in these 2 teams' last 5 head-to-head meetings. The Wolfpack are just 4-5 against the spread on the road and have failed to cover in 4 of their last 7 games overall. They completely laid an egg on Saturday with a 25-point loss to Clemson, which makes the Wolfpack tough to support until they have proven that was just a small bump in the road. I would be remiss if I didn't remind you that NC State beat Duke by 24 points on January 4th at home, but Roach and Filipowski shot a combined 4 of 108 in that game. Individually, Roach was 0 for 8. I'm chalking that up as a bad game, instead of a trend that will occur again on Tuesday. NC State's field goal defense is ranked 218th in the nation. They won't have nearly that much success defensively at Cameron Indoor Stadium. The Blue Devils' dominance at home cannot be overlooked, so the Duke Blue Devils to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. This matchup has produced high totals in 8 straight games played at Duke. Overall, the total has gone over in 9 of the last 11 games against each other, including the first matchup this season. Duke has scored 77 or more points in each of the last 3 games. NC State plays at a fast pace, ranking 77th in the nation. NC State comes off of a game in which they allowed 96 points to Clemson. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Texas Agriculture and Mechanical versus Ole Miss. The number 2 Alabama Crimson Tide have been the most dominant team in the Southeastern Conference this season, but there's a real argument to be had that Buzz Williams and the number 24 Texas Aggies are the scariest team in the Southeastern Conference. The Aggies come off a loss to Mississippi State in their last game, snapping their 6-game win streak, but have gone 15-3 since December 27th and make their matchup with Alabama very intriguing to end the season if they take care of business tonight against Ole Miss. While the Rebels have had a season to forget, they have an experienced squad, including seniors Miles Burns and Robert Allen, who will want to end their career on a high note in Oxford on senior night. Will the Aggies continue to look dominant, especially against a weak conference opponent? Or will they look past Ole Miss in anticipation for their bout with Alabama? Will the Rebels win back-to-back games and feed off the home court advantage they have on senior night? Or are they simply outmatched? What effect, if any, does the recent firing of head coach Kermit Davis have on Ole Miss? The Aggies are 12-4 against the spread in their last 16 road games and 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 games overall. The Rebels are 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 home games and 5-11 against the spread in their last 16 games overall. The over is 5-2 in Aggies' last 7 road games. The over is 4-0 in Rebels' last 4 overall. The underdog is 5-2 against the spread in the last 7 meetings. Texas Aggies lost their recent game against Mississippi State, but before that they had won and covered 6 straight games. The Aggies are playing well, and the recent loss was more of an outlier than a sign of change coming. Wade Taylor IV has been hot lately and dropped 21 or more in 3 straight. He is playing great offensively and will cause problems for this Mississippi defense. Ole Miss fired their coach, then immediately won their next game. Teams can often come together after a coach is fired and play well in the following game. but that does not mean their season will magically turn around. Ole Miss only beat LSU, who has the worst record in the conference. It may be senior night for Ole Miss, but their top 3 players are comprised of 2 juniors and a freshman. It won't have an impact. The Aggies have been the much better team, and I will easily lay the points here against a bad Ole Miss team. So the Texas Aggies to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The recent trends shared between these 2 teams point toward the over. Ole Miss has gone over the total in 9 of their last 10 games. The Texas Aggies streak is not as impressive, but they have gone over in their last 2. The Rebels are hitting overs because they are giving up too many points on the defensive end. Over that 10-game stretch, they only won 2 of the games outright. This says that they are giving up too many points and scoring just enough to send the game over the total but not win the game. Ole Miss's tempo is only ranked 237th according to Ken Palm. But that hasn't stopped the over from coming in at a 90% rate over their last 10. The over has hit in 9 of their last 10 games as their defense has simply not shown up. Ole Miss has allowed 74 points or more in 7 of those contests, and the Texas Aggies are 24th in adjusted offensive efficiency per Ken Palm and just scored 68 against a Tennessee defense that's top in the nation. Ole Miss has been cashing in on the over like crazy of late, and I like that trend to continue here tonight. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Michigan State versus Nebraska. The Big Ten season continues to wind down, and one of the final matchups features the Michigan State Spartans taking on the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Michigan State comes into this conference tilted 17-11, while Nebraska is currently 15-14. Michigan State is 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 Tuesday games and 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 road games. The over is 6-2 in Michigan State's last 8 road games. Nebraska is 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 games and 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 home games. The over is 5-0 in Nebraska's last 5 games. The favorite is 7-3 against the spread in these 2 teams' last 10 head-to-head meetings. On the surface level, this seems like it would typically qualify as a trap game. However, it has nothing to do with stats and all to do with Tom Izzo. I guarantee he has the Spartans ready to perform in this game, and they'll pull out a tough road victory. It's also worth noting that Michigan State has owned Nebraska recently, going 10-0 straight up and 7-3 against the spread in their last 10 games against the Huskers. Look for the defensive prowess of the Spartans to be on full display and stifle the Cornhuskers' offense. Michigan State is currently 47th in defensive shooting, limiting opponents to just a 41.5% field goal percentage. So the Michigan State Spartans to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The last time these teams met, they combined for 130 points, falling just short of the total set. In fact, they have gone under in the last 3 meetings. Michigan State dominated this game because Nebraska went 8-20 from the free throw line. Not surprising considering the team is hitting 63.7% of their free throw attempts. 353rd overall. That will likely be the difference in this game here, but do not expect the Cornhuskers to struggle from the line as they did at Michigan State. They have been right at that mark in the conference and were 14-21 against Nebraska in the victory on Saturday. Look for the score to fall just short of the total. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.